Good day, everybody. I hope that you're well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 2 English lesson on time and order. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username and our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English Language Arts, grade 2. All right. So our chapter is time and order. So now our chapter is time and order. Our subject is English language arts. We're doing grade 2. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of time and order is to identify time order words. All right. So when it comes to time order words, right? So we're going to first identify time order words and then we're going to put the sentences in order. And when it comes to time order words can help show when things happen. So it shows us when things happen. That is time order words. So it can show us when it happens. And we're going to look at a few examples as basically when it comes to time and order words. All right. So we see time order words can help show when things happen. So things happen, whether things happen first or second or last. It shows us when things happened. And some time order words, they tell that something is either about the past, it is about the present, or it is about the future. And if we look at an example, right? It says, we went to the zoo today. So we went to the zoo today. All right. So we said we went to the zoo today. So went shows that it happened already. And then we can say today. Can like when it comes to time order words, it's things like today, now, firstly, lastly, secondly, and so on. All right. So we went to the zoo today. So went is already in the past tense. It shows that it happened already. But today is our time order word. Today. The next one says, tomorrow we will go to the park. So tomorrow we will go to the park. All right. So now the question is the time order words. When this is happening, that is tomorrow. Can you see the first sentence we're talking about today? Now, if you're talking about the future, we say tomorrow. We say later on. Now we are eating dinner. Now we are eating dinner. And now refers to the present tense. And then we will go to bed soon. All right. And if we look at the words that are underlined, right, like today and tomorrow and now and soon, those are time order words. It tells us when things happen. It's either today or it's tomorrow or it is now or it is soon. It tells us when things happen. But sometimes your words can also be put in order, especially if you're writing sentences or writing a story or something. All right. And we said some of the time order words they put in order, like for example, like first. It's like you're telling a story, like first I got out of bed. Secondly, I jumped in the shower. Thirdly, I got dressed. And lastly, I had breakfast. All right. And like I say, some of the time order words are just random, but some you can even put in order. All right, so now we're going to A plus students.ca. And we're going to identify time order words. So time order words. We're going to identify that. All right. Remember we said when it comes to time order words, right? Then time order words can either tell us about the present, about the past, or about the future. It is words that tells us when something happened. It can tell us words that happened in the past, in the present, or in the future. All right. So we said with the time order words, it can show us when things happen. Now, yesterday, tomorrow, later. All right. So some of our time order words, right? We said it will also tell us about it will also be put we can also put it in order. For example, if you were to do a get ready with me, and then you're gonna say, first I did next I did or firstly, secondly, thirdly, finally. That is what you write down. Because that is time order words. It is in the time, or you're telling us how things has happened. So now we're going to find one time order word within the sentence. All right. And if we now look at our sentence, right, our example sentence that we have over here, it says Janet will climb that mountain soon. What is our time order word over there? Janet will climb that mountain soon. We need to identify our time order word within that sentence. That will tell us when things happen. So Janet will climb that mountain soon. What is our time order word within that sentence that tells us when Janet will climb the mountain? And if we were to select the time or the word that tells us when Janet is going to climb the mountain, then we can say it is soon. Because we could have said tomorrow, could have said later, but soon she's going to climb that mountain. All right. The next one says, today, both babies are crawling everywhere. They will be walking around the apartment soon. All right. So now it says we need to find two time order words within the sentence. Two. It says today both babies are crawling everywhere. They will be walking around the apartment soon. We need to underline two time order words. All right. So we said we identified today and soon. Today and soon. The next one says, will Mrs. Kramer finish her book tonight? We need to look for that one time order words. All right. So will Mrs. Kramer finish her book tonight? All right. So tonight. And once again, before we continue, time order words. It tells us when something happens. It shows us when things happen, right? Whether it is in the past, in the present, or in the future. All right. So if we now look at the next time order words, we need to say what the next time order word is. It says, will Mrs. Karama finish a book tonight? We already did that one, right? Because we said tonight she will finish her book. All right, let's go to our test, where we are going to identify time order words. So it says the farmer will put the ponies in the barn soon. What is that one time order word within the sentence? All right. So the farmer will put ponies in the barn soon. What is that one time order word? All right. So we need to find one time order word and we will say soon. So when is it going to happen? Soon. So well done. Soon is great. Ruth brought candy for everyone yesterday. Is it option one, yesterday, or option two, brought? We need to say which one is correct. Yesterday or brought. And if we were to find our one time order word, we will say yesterday. When is it happening? Yesterday. Next, Ella puts her clothes away. Next, Ella puts her clothes away. Is it away, option one, or next, option two? Which one is correct? Away, option one, or next, option two? Yes, yesterday was correct. So next, Ella puts her clothes away. Do we say it's away or do we say it is next? Which one is correct? All right. So if we were to find one time order word, we would say next. Yes, well done. Next is correct because it's telling us when things happen. All right. And we can say next, Ella puts her clothes away. Next, Ella puts her clothes away. We need to select that one word that tells about the time of day. All right. So we need to find the one time or the word. And we said next, she puts her clothes away. I will wear those shoes tomorrow. I will wear those shoes tomorrow. Is tomorrow or way our time or the word? And if we want to select that one time or the word, we will choose tomorrow. Tomorrow. All right. We're not going to put we're going to put these sentences in order. So we're not going to put the sentences in order. All right. And once again, before we go to our test, remember we said time, order, words, right? It tells us in which order something must be done. Like I made an example earlier, and if you do a get ready with me, you need to tell people what you're going to be doing from the time to later when you come back. All right. And it says that in the past, most women in South Africa didn't work outside the home, sorry. Now most women have them. Then more women started getting jobs. If we look at that sentences, right, it's like putting it in order, right? And our words are right, or time order words are like now, then, in the past, first, last, right. And if we were to select the time or the word, then we say the time or the word is all right. So we're now going to test, and we are then going to say, we're going to put the sentences in order. Then we're going to say which one is first. All right. The next one says put the sentences in order. We need to put the sentences in order. All right. So we'll go with option one. It's actually the second one. Sorry. So the second one is actually correct. We need to put this one in order. All right. So we need to put the words in order. It says, today I feel a little bit better. Yesterday I felt really sick. After work, I ate chicken soup and rested. All right. So we need to put the words in order. All right. So it says the first one says, yesterday I felt really sick. After work, I ate chicken soup and rested. Today I feel a bit better. This one is a bit confusing, but let's try. All right. And the first one is correct. We need to put the sentences in order. In the past, most women in the United States didn't work outside the home. All right. It says put the sentences in order. Do you want me to go over and explain again? Okay. I'm going to explain again, right? So let's say, for example, you are getting ready to go to work, right? So now you're going to say, I woke up today, right? Then you can maybe say, now I'm brushing my teeth. And then you can maybe say, like, next I'll be doing So words like next and now and soon and first and last, tomorrow, today, yesterday, those are all words that makes mention of time and order. It tells us when certain things happened, right? Whatever is happening now, that now is it's a time order. It tells us now that something is happening. That is what I'm saying. Like, if we look at this sentence over here, it's sometime order words put things in order. So even if it puts things in order of how it happens, like for example, first I got out of bed. There we have our word first. I got out of bed. It's telling us now in order of the things that we did. I got dressed next. So there's our word next. What did you do next? I got dressed. Then I had some food. So then I had some food. Finally or lastly, I went to school. I wouldn't really say it is the main part, but time and order. It just tells us when something happens and at what time. Not necessarily like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. It just tells us if it's happening now, if it's happening in the past, if it is happening in the future, if it's happening today, if it's happening yesterday, if it's happening tomorrow. If we're even talking about the order, right? First, I do this, then I do that, next, I'm doing that. So it is just about the time that being, corresponding with, sorry, the order in which it is being done. If you are doing something now, then of course your time order is going to be now or today, right? So that is basically time order. It tells us or it shows us when things happen. It shows us when things happen, whether it happened today, whether it happened yesterday, Whether something is still going to happen, that is time order words. All right. So do you slightly understand now? It tells us when certain things happen, whether it is happening now, whether it's happening yesterday, whether it's happening tomorrow. Do you understand now? All right. So once again, this is our time order words. Time order words tell us when certain things happen. It can either happen in the past, in the present, in the future. We can even, with time order words, we can also put it in order of how things happen. By firstly, I do this, then I did that, next, I did something else, lastly, I did. So those are time order words. All right, so this is the end of our lesson. Thank you very much, grade twos, for joining the class and for interacting. So till next time, have a good day further. Goodbye. All right. Guys, you must have a good day. Goodbye.